Good morning. Welcome to Purdue Polytechnic in Anderson. I'm Corey Sharp. I'm the director here, and I love these AMP graduations. I look forward to them every month, just because the joy that I see on our students' faces, on the faces of their family members and friends, on our employer partners. This program gets better and better every cohort. You guys really personified it. You guys showed a lot of dedication. You did some new things that our other cohorts haven't done. And so thank you for learning and learning with us, because one of our mantras at Purdue Polytechnic is learn by doing. You learned and you did a lot of things, and we learned this past month. And it just continues to be remarkable. We have some great people here in Anderson. Those are our students, our faculty and staff that support this program. So I want to thank Rick Dwanger. Rick helps with mock interviews and setting some things up behind the scenes. Then I think half my team just disappeared. Well, there's Lori over here. Lori, if you could stand. Faye, if you could stand. These are our Purdue faculty. Steve and Sweeney, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. They put their heart and soul into this program. They're vested in it. They love this program. They love working with you. And then somewhere around here is Chris Beck, and she makes everything happen on the behind. Yes, she's behind the balloons. I can't see her behind those balloons. But Chris really is the mastermind behind this whole operation here. So I want to thank her for her efforts. And I always have to thank Mayor Broderick. He stepped out on a limb. He supported this program. It was really a concept. We looked at a program that Purdue was doing in Lafayette, and we wanted to do something like that, but different. Something was special, something that was unique to Anderson, unique to this community, and Mayor Broderick was going to step out on a limb, take a risk, and I think it's paying off in dividends. So, Mayor Broderick, thank you for all that you do. With that said, I want to hand it over to Mark Slayton. He's the program coordinator for AMP, and he's got a few more remarks, and then we'll start with the program. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Corey. But first, before I say anything, I need to bring the man up here that's make this all possible. Mayor, can you come up and share a few words with us, please?
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Corey, for those kind words. Appreciate that. As I've said before, this particular program is the result of a lot of folks who've come together to make this a reality. And it's really not the product of any one particular person, but again, it's the result of teamwork. And I, again, would like to thank all the folks that have acknowledged here earlier today. Thank you guys for everything you do. You guys do a great job. And Steve, Lori, and Faye, thank you for everything. I want to thank the folks at Work One, rather. They have worked really diligently along with us from the startup of this. For those of you who don't know, I've said this before, and this being our fifth and final graduation of this year, as we go into next year, I probably won't repeat myself quite as much, but for the benefit of those of you who are here today and getting ready to graduate, I want to say congratulations, but just give you a little bit of the background. Over the last few years, of course, there's been the issue of workforce, not just in our community, but all across the region and really across the world. When I've had the privilege to be able to travel overseas to try to get companies to come and work with us all the way to Japan and Italy, and again, really all around. We find that places we go, they tell us it's the same issue for them in their country as it is when they do business here. And that is finding a skilled workforce, folks that are willing to come to work and listen and learn and then stick with it. And that's what they look for. And so we tried to figure out what can we do as a city government, what can we do to try to help facilitate that. And so through our Economic Development Department, our Economic Development Director, Greg Winkler, who's here, as well as the balance of his staff, they worked on putting together a program. We borrowed from another program over in Lafayette that was working closely with Subaru. They had a lot of good ideas, so we borrowed some of their ideas, and then we built around that the needs of our individual advanced employers that we have here in our community, these new companies that we're bringing in, and some of the existing companies that have been here for a number of years. And we asked them, what do you need? And so they shared with us their needs And we've tried to build upon this, and as Corey said, each one of these classes, in a sense, sort of builds upon the last. And so you guys have had the benefit of some of the great things that we've been doing, and at the same time, you've had the benefit of where we've learned from things we can do better. And so your class, I think, and what you've been able to have available to you is something more than what the first class, for example, had to have available. The cool thing is the end result. And the end result, and Mark will, I think, talk about this here in a minute, but the end result has been that not only do you guys get this exceptional training that occurs in a relatively short period of time, even though I know for each of you it was tough every day for a full week program under the parameters that we have, but nonetheless, that you folks have worked hard, and as a result of that, you've brought yourself into a position now to follow in the footsteps of those who came before you. And what we've found so far is that out of all of these classes that we've had, presently about 71% of all the folks that have been through it up to this point have not only acquired jobs, but they are still in those jobs. They've retained those jobs. And for the most part, we have close to 100% that starts off with jobs. And of course, ultimately, though, it's up to you to carry on and continue to do the things that you've learned and to be good employees for these employers that are assisting you in having these opportunities. But 71%, and these are folks, as you guys all know, were either unemployed or underemployed. You know, you had more to give, but you needed assistance to be able to do that. And those 71% of the folks are not only employed, but they're making more money than they were before if they happen to be employed. We figure close to 40% more. Some of these positions people are entering in are paying substantially higher than any job that these folks had before or even had a hope to having. And what we wanted was to make sure that folks actually make enough money to be able to care for themselves and care for their family and be able to have a good quality of life. And these are the right steps we're on and the right steps that you're on. And so the city is very proud to have been part of this. We're proud of being able to provide the funding. About half of what it costs to run all this is provided for by the city through cash contributions, and then also through our efforts with Mark Slayton, who's been directing this, along with Greg Winkler. And then the balance is taken up by in-kind contributions and efforts from a lot of the folks that are sitting here today, and with Purdue Polytechnic, as I look at my list here, Flagship Enterprise, which is part of a combination between the City of Anderson and Anderson University, and of course JobSource that I mentioned, and then CED, our Corporation for Economic Development here in the county. And then of course we have all of our partners that we've built upon. We started with 3 or 4, I believe it was, companies, and now we're up to 12 that are willing to participate with us. Those include, and Mark, if I leave somebody out, please let them be recognized, because I don't mean to. Cermax, who actually just the other day broke ground for a second expansion plant, which I know they'll be a partner too as well in the future. NTK, NTN, our friends from Japan that have come in and set up shop and are employing a lot of folks, our partners. Red Gold from Elwood, also Taupolina, which is behind us over here. Donaldson, iPro, Precision Script, and then the newest one is Owens, Illinois, formerly Brockway over in LaPel. So these are all great opportunities for folks. I do want to tell all of you, again, not just congratulations, but I just want to remind you that these are first steps. There's big steps, they're big strides, but it's important and it's up to you ultimately to take advantage of all of the opportunities that these employers are going to give to you, and don't let this be the end of your education or your forward movement, because it's not. And so it's really on your shoulders now to carry forward, but if you follow in the footsteps of those who came before you, I know you guys will shine, and we certainly appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing that. Also want to acknowledge Senator Mike Gaskell. Mike is state senator in the second year now, right, Mike? Am I right? And I know he's going to be, stand up, Mike, be recognized. Give Mike a hand. Mike, like the rest of our contingency here in our community, is working hard down at the legislature to help folks with workforce development, and I know him being here shows us that he has support of what we're doing, and we appreciate that. So at this time, I'd like to turn this back over to Mark Slayton. And Mark, tell us a little bit more and introduce our graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Mayor. We've also picked up a couple of more employer partners, National Glass and Hardware, plus Carter Express has made it this morning. Thanks for coming, Jim. Thank you very much. Jim Fairfield, Carter Express. Thanks, guys. It's been fantastic to watch this program develop. When we began to design this quite some time ago, we were looking only at manufacturing. But we knew we had a much more diverse manufacturing base here than just Tier 1 automotive. So now we have everything Tier 1 automotive to food processing and everything in between, especially with Carter Express and logistics coming on. Owen, Illinois, some new partners, Precision Strip, our old friends at NTK and NTN, and Cirmax, you guys were there from day one. Thank you. But now, again, and when we roll again at sometime toward the end of January, we should have 14 or more employer partners, and that's how this continues to grow. So, again, I want to thank you guys. You guys are the last class of a very rushed 8-week period. This was a back-to-back run. We had never thought of attempting this before. You guys had your orientation day as soon as we finished graduation with the last crew. We hustled you down into the classroom, we drug screened you, and you all began on the following Monday. Here we are 4 weeks later, guys. Well done. This is always I will give you a hand, yeah. Well done. I like watching the development and the growth I see from our candidates. You guys give me invaluable tips and your responses to our surveys. This is what continues to make the program better. I've asked you, each one of you are my eyes out there in the community. And also for everybody in this program, I ask you to continue to refer people to us. But right now, I'm going to ask one of our graduates to come up and share just a couple of words. He's asked if he could, and I would be more than happy. Daryl, would you come up? Daryl Rogers.
On behalf of myself and the Cohort 5, we'd like to thank the mayor, Steve, Mark, Purdue staffing for letting us participate in this program, and the sponsors too. I challenge now the Cohort 5, continue doing network, go out and spread the word how good this program did us. I wish every last one of y'all good luck in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Again, every one of you, I expect to have a job here in the next week or two at the most. Some of you are already moving on. You've had your offers early. I like how it's going. So let's get down to why we came. Let's get the certificates issued. Lori, Steve, is Faye here? Come on over.
She's got.
Let's do it how we normally do.
All right, this is it, class. As I was thinking about you last night, I thought about you being labeled a class of firsts. You were first to obtain fork truck driving certificates. Yep. You were the first cohort of less than 18 students. You were the first cohort to do extremely well on your work keys assessments. And I think that says a lot about the caliber of people that you are, the future, how well you're going to do with these industry partners. And again, it was our pleasure to be with you this last month, and the three of us wish you nothing but the success that you deserve, and know that if you need us, you know how to reach us, and we are available to help you, to get you through, to help network, resumes, whatever you might need. Please don't be strangers and stay in touch with us, and congratulations. Denisha Beck. Kobe Chamberlain. Gary Kahn. Tony Driscoll. There always has to be a name challenge in the group. Tell me if I get it, all right? Caitlin Fernandez Duarte. How'd I do? Kyle Horvath. You are also the first class to have solid job offers before you ever graduated. Good job, very good job. Cheston Key. Boyd Leach II. Felicia Manuel. Mark Reese. Daryl Rogers. William Sutton. Frank Woods.
All right, I would like to thank you all, especially my last graduating cohort of 2019. This has been a tremendous experience for every member of the staff involved, as well as the employer partners and the community partners, as we have a vested interest in you now. Become my eyes, do well, come see me today and again next Friday. It's payday, okay? Have a good day. Thank you all for coming this morning.